Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Locker Room Talk Uncut. Drew Garrison, Chad Penrod in the locker room, bringing you your favorite uncut sports podcast. All of the latest in sports coming right at you with no filter, by the fans, for the fans. Let's start the show. What is going on, everybody? We are back and live. How you feeling, man?
What's up, man? How are you feeling? New dad, man.
I'm feeling that. I'm tired. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot going on. She is still in the hospital.
Yeah, before we get to the sports, you got to explain. You got to do some explaining real quick.
It was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, let it out. The people want to know. They're like, fuck you, fuck Chad. Tell us about the baby.
So Sunday night, Father's Day night is what it was. My girlfriend starts feeling real bad, so she checks her blood pressure and it's super high. Some people might know in June of last year we actually lost a baby late into the pregnancy to a stillbirth, and the high blood pressure was one of the signs. So we were like, we're gonna go get this checked out. Figured it'd probably be nothing, no big deal. We'll just, they'll tell us it's fine. We'll feel safe. We'll go back to sleep. That is not what they said. They said, holy shit, your blood pressure's crazy high. Stay overnight. The next morning they say, you're going to stay in the hospital until this baby comes. That could be today or that could be 5 weeks from now. I'm like, so we're going to move into this motherfucker? And they're like, pretty much.
Imagine being in the hospital 5 weeks before the baby came. That would have fucking sucked.
That would have sucked. So that following Thursday, they come busting in the room at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm still asleep. And they're like, hey, we got to go. We got to get this baby out now. Shit's going bad. So we're like, okay, whatever. They rush us back. They start prepping her for an emergency C-section, and they're like, "Hey, never mind. Just go back to your room. It's good." Crunk, congratulations, big dog. Appreciate that, man. Thanks
big
for tuning in.
What's up, buddy?
So they say, "Never mind. It's all good." So we go back to the room, and a few hours later, they're like, "Okay, shit's bad again. Baby's actually coming out." So I wasn't allowed to go back and watch it or anything. They had to completely knock her out. They yanked her out, but she's doing good now. She was early. She was 11 weeks premature. But she's
healthy as can be, right?
She's ahead of everything that they want her to be. So,
all right.
So things are beautiful. Her name's Aubrey. She's, I think, cute as fuck. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But she is. So she's doing good. We spend a lot of our days there at the hospital with her, and then come home in the evenings. We call in to check on her. We can watch her on the camera. So things are going great.
Well, yeah. Congratulations, man.
Hell of a road to get here. A long time coming. So I'm very excited. And I can't. We're thinking she's going to be home here in a few weeks, so she might be home by week 1.
Awesome.
NFL season.
Hey, so guy on the right looks like it'd be a mare one.
Shout out to Jake. Let's go.
So I got a question before we get into the sports here. You said that you think your daughter's cute, beautiful.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think my daughter's beautiful. Do you think some people think maybe their kids aren't beautiful or handsome?
Probably not. I mean, everybody's probably gonna think their kids.
I mean,
cute.
I can't lie. I've seen some pretty ugly kids before.
I've seen some ugly babies. Dude.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but
I wouldn't say it about mine, even if I truly thought it. But I really don't.
Yeah.
And Tim DeWeese says the guy on the right looks like he could be mayor one day.
Yeah.
He just fucking might, dude. He just might. So yeah, man, that was a wild experience. We've had a rough road to get there, but we're glad to be there now. She's healthy, so
that's all that matters.
She's already got Bengals gear.
Mom's healthy, right?
Mom is healthy. They told us 2 days later. Actually, the day you came and visited us, they just got telling her hey, you almost died twice. And I guess they waited a couple of days to tell us, which was cool. So we calmed down. So look, she says, look, you can see the picture of the little girl here on my girlfriend's comment. I'd say it if I thought she was ugly, and she hasn't said that. So we're good. We're safe. So things are going good there.
So let's get into it, man. Everybody wants to hear us about the sports. So there hasn't been a lot going on in the NFL. If you guys have NFL questions you want answered, we'll answer them.
Please do.
Logan here says Houday.
Manette says Houday. He's been a Bengals fan a long time. I went to school with him. Shout out.
Bouday.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I won't pick on you guys today.
Come on, man. This is a happy show.
So
you were in Florida for a week.
I was.
You look tan as shit.
Do I look tan? I was gonna say I think I still look pretty white, but
I thought you looked tan.
Yeah, well.
Did you have fun down there working for Ron DeSantis?
Anywhere Ron DeSantis is at, I will gladly go there.
Yeah, it's better than fucking Mike DeWine.
Look at this. Hell yeah, Big Crunk. Browns taking the division this year. Damn right.
Uh-oh.
Yep, 13-4 is my prediction. I actually said 12-5 the other day, but I think 13-4. So let's talk about some sports, man. So not a whole lot going on in the NFL, but the NBA. We are in the NBA championship. Surprisingly, to my surprise, the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Everybody predicted Bucks Suns, right?
Oh yeah, everybody.
Oh,
so
Zach Lewis says his mullet shits on mine, dude. Yeah, fucking right.
Oh man. So let me just be the first to step up here and talk about the NBA Finals. Let me congratulate the Phoenix Suns on the 2021 NBA championship because they're going to win this thing.
They're up 1-0 right game Tuesday night.
They're the better team. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. It's a wrap.
It's refreshing too because that's not like a super team, you know.
I love it.
They drafted those guys. They signed Chris Paul.
And the fans, dude, those Phoenix fans deserve it. They were going batshit crazy.
Dude, the Suns and 4 guy that knocked out the fucking Nuggets fan.
Yeah,
he got a merch deal with Barstool after that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So we had a bet. I had the Brooklyn Nets, and you had the Field, and it was for $100. The only way that it got it was a wash was if players got hurt, which
everybody
unfortunately
got hurt.
For the Nets and everybody else in the NBA this year, everybody's getting hurt. So James Harden just wasn't right. Kyrie, what did he do? Did he sprain his ankle there or
something
whatever?
Nasty. AD had the groin injury, tried to go, couldn't go. He was out. So it was just, everybody's getting hurt this year, man.
Yeah. So it's just a bad year. This is a perfect year for the Suns to win at a team you don't see coming. And if you don't think CP3 deserves a championship, you're crazy.
He's kind of a dick, but I love him.
Yeah. Look here. Logan says, this is a good question. This is a really good question. Who has a bigger statistical year, OBJ or Chase? Jamar Chase.
That's weird.
I can't give anything to Chase yet. I think he's going to be good. You know what I mean? And I know Odell hasn't been nothing for the Browns, yet. But I think Odell has the bigger year just because Chase has, there's Tyler Boyd right there in slot. And then you also have T. Higgins there who had a great year. So we'll see. I'm going to go OBJ. You might go Jamar Chase here.
I mean, I'm not going to really slam the table for either side, but my only thing about it is Cleveland's going to run the ball a lot more. I think Cincinnati's going to throw the ball a lot more.
Hopefully for your sake, they run it a little.
I want them to, but I have a feeling that they're just going to throw the ball more. So I could see Chase edging him out, maybe just on stats, just because he might have more opportunities. Nick Chubb's going to carry your offense.
Kareem Hunt.
Joe Mixon should be able to carry ours. They should have him carry ours, but they haven't. I haven't seen the dedication to the running game since Zach Taylor's been there. So I could easily see it being Chase. I'm gonna go just on yards and touchdowns. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase just because I have to. I want him to be good.
I mean, if there's ever going to be a year for Odell, this has to be the year, right? Otherwise, you're pretty much gone.
Yeah.
I mean, why else are you keeping him?
We got another football question here, Zach Lewis. Let's hear your take on the Cowboys this year and Dak's comeback. I think Dak sucks.
I am not a Dak fan, but they had to pay him.
They had no choice.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing with the Cowboys. They can easily win that division. The division's not very good. I think the Giants got better. Washington, if they could get a quarterback, should actually win that division. The Eagles, they're not there. I like the Cowboys to win that division. The thing about Dak is all his yards last year. I know he had all these crazy yards and touchdowns and all that. They came in garbage time. From right from the rip. Against the Falcons.
Yeah.
A shootout. Falcons let them come back in it, and when the Cowboys end up winning that game, they were down by like 24 to the Browns. The Browns let them get back in the game. You got to air the ball out. But the thing is teams get into a prevent defense. So they are going to allow all those yards. They just don't want anything over top. They don't want the deep ball. They don't want that to happen. So I would like to see the Cowboys, who I think the defense got a lot better this year. Some close games, and then let's look at Dak's stats.
I said Dak sucks. I guess that maybe have been a little bit harsh. I think he's an average quarterback. I just don't think he's worth the money that he got.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously the comeback. I want to see the guy play healthy after that nasty ass ankle injury. Don't want to see anybody hurt unless they're playing for Pittsburgh. So I don't, I don't wish anything bad on him like that. I just don't think he's in the upper echelon of guys. But yeah, I mean, the defense looks to have gotten better. I could see them winning the division, like you said, just because it's so bad. I think it's going to be them or the Giants.
Yeah, I think don't sleep on Washington's defense, though, dude. You cannot sleep on Washington's defense.
They do have Fitzmagic up
That's
there.
Ooh, I forgot all about him. The Redskins might Redskins.
You can't say that.
The Washington football team just might win that division. Fitzmagic's going to bring the magic, man. They already got the best defense in that division.
That's true. They got Montez.
That's a top 5 division or top 5 defense.
It is. Victoria says, "Go Giants." Yeah, she likes the Giants and the Bengals, kind of. I guess she kind of has to, living in the house with me. So, they'll be up there too. I guess that division might be better than we maybe had originally thought.
I don't know if the division in whole will be better. I just think that there's, the Cowboys could be good, the Giants could be good.
I think Philly's going to suck.
Yeah, I think Philly's not going to do any well. And then I just think the Washington football team could be really good, actually.
I can't believe you said the old name, dude. That's we're canceled. We're fucked.
So, what we really jumped on here for today is there's a big UFC card.
Oh boy,
coming UFC 264. We have Austin in the waiting room, and he is excited as shit about this card.
Austin doesn't get excited about like anything.
Yeah, and the notorious Conor McGregor is back. Again with the trilogy against Dustin Porier. They're 1-1. Conor knocked him out the first fight years ago, and then earlier this year, Dustin knocked Conor out. And Conor's been talking some shit, and the old Conor McGregor, who's strutting. I hope he does the Vince McMahon strut when he enters the octagon. You have to, Conor. You got to do the little smirk when you're walking out. So let's get Austin in here. He really wants to talk about this.
Austin,
guys, what's going on?
There we go.
Hey, before we jump into the main card, because we got a loaded card, let's talk about one of this. All three of our fighters here. Nate Diaz, UFC 263, gets his ass whooped
the whole time
for 23 minutes.
24 minutes. And lands a left on Leon Edwards that almost knocked him slick out.
Dude, he almost had him.
This is Nate Diaz. He's not really. He don't really care if he wins because the Diaz brothers think different. Their take is, would I have won that in a street fight? And he's absolutely right. He would have.
Yep.
It's all heart. It's all heart with the Diaz brothers.
Yeah. I mean, I forget who said it, but somebody tweeted not long after the fight and was like, if there was no time limit, the Diaz brothers would probably never lose.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's true. If he has another 60, probably didn't even need 60 seconds, another 60 seconds, and he wins that fight after getting his ass whooped for 24 minutes. So
that was the most into a UFC fight I've ever been. That shit was.
I mean, we all watched it together, and we instantly, as soon as that left connected, we were all out of our
stood up.
We were standing up anyway, but we started yelling, and but like you said, Chad, they think different. So in Nate's head, he won that fight. I'm sure he went home. He partied, obviously, but he won the fight.
Yeah,
he about left his home address on national TV. He's like, I'm having a big ass party.
They're so fun to watch, man. I'm so ready for Nick to come back. They're talking about possibly Nick at 266 against Robbie Lawler, and I can't wait for that because all that we've talked about this before. All the talk about Nate really, and I'm a huge Nate fan. Nate really don't have shit on Nick. Like Nick is the OG. He's the one that invented this what we're seeing with the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in GSP's face and you're slapping him and talking shit to him, you're a pretty bad dude.
And for GSP to go as far as to say is that's one of his toughest opponents ever, that's real. We have a lot of, I feel like the UFC's blown up a lot the last few years. It's been 6 years since Nick's been fighting. So I think there's going to be a lot of a newness to Nick Diaz. If we can get him in and get him fighting consistently, people don't realize how good the dude really is.
Yeah,
that's the thing for a guy like kind of like me that is just now really getting into it. I don't know a lot about Nick. I know a lot about Nate because I like guys that talk shit, but you guys are like, Nick's the better guy, and I'm like, oh shit, well, we got to see that.
Yeah.
Mackie Mac says Connor in the 3rd round.
Okay, okay. We're going to make our predictions here at the end of this. We're going to jump into UFC 264 here. First off, let's just say the prelims itself are loaded. You got Carlos Condit versus Max Griffin and Nico Price versus Michael Porier, who is going to be a great fight. Do you want to talk about any of those prelims? I see Chris is in the waiting room. He loves Michael Porier. So he could get in here and talk his stuff about that. What do you think about those two fights in the prelims?
You're on mute.
I thought we were getting Chris in right away. Look, all I care about, there's 3 fights that I'm looking forward to. I'll let Chris talk about his man in the prelims. But the fact that we're talking about the 8 o'clock fights and the 9 o'clock fights tells you how awesome Saturday is going to be.
Yeah, I'm pulling Chris in right now.
There he is.
Chris, what's up, dog?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, did you hear what we said about
yeah, I can hear you.
Tell him about your boy Porier.
Porier is
there we go.
An enigma. The dude literally has there's no orthodox, unorthodox. He is just dox. He is the craziest fighter, I think, in the entire UFC. The dude puts on a show. He knows what he's doing is risky. He knows that it's a 90% chance he's going to get knocked out or knock someone out. And then the opponent he has, Nico Price, is actually like an insane matchup for him because the dude's the same way. That fight has fight of the night potential, just based off chaos alone. Yeah. So all things go correctly, that fight's the kind of fight that steals the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we're going to be tuned in from 8 on. Usually we don't sit down to about 10. We're usually doing some drinks and some drinking games or something like that. But I think we're going to be tuned in right at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, there will be a lot of bets made on Saturday night.
Bring the cash, boys. Bring the cash.
Yeah, so Jake and Mackie are jumping on here to kick off the pay-per-view. We got Sugar Sean O'Malley. Who was he fighting the first? I know his fighter pulled out, and now he's versing what is it, Chris Martina? Yeah. So here's my question with Sugar. As big as he is already, why is he not getting a bigger fight yet? Because he's just such a draw, and to me he's going up against guys that he's going to knock them out. He's going to put on a show. Are they just trying to build him up, or is it
for sure
they just don't see him up to the top?
I think you got to.
I think that the UFC
you got to do it kind of.
I think over the past couple of years,
with his injury history, you just don't want to throw him.
Yeah, they've had a lot of guys come up and get really big, really fast, and then they threw them in with the Wolves. And then, the last thing you want is to put him up against one of those top-tier wrestlers right now. And then, just watch him get wrestle fucked, basically. You don't want to see that. So I think that they're just kind of slowly stepping up his competition level. He actually wanted a top 15 guy once Smoke Up had to pull out, but none of those guys can make 135. And he said himself, he goes, I wanted a top-ranked guy, but none of those dudes could do it, and I wasn't fighting anyone at catch weight.
Yeah. So Austin, Jake says because he lost a fight, he shouldn't have lost. He shouldn't have lost that fight. Didn't he get injured?
Yeah, he rolled his ankle, and it was pretty much dead. He basically laid down before he was out at all, and he got finished. But I don't really hold it against him. The dude does have some injury concerns though, because if it's not one thing, it seems like it's another. But if he can just maintain some good health and put a stretch together, it'll be exciting. But I think that's why the UFC is trying to be a little bit slow with him, because they'd hate to put all these eggs in that basket for him to go, blow a knee or ankle again, and poof, there goes the excitement.
Yes,
I fuck with O'Malley. I'm sorry to cut you off. He went on Pat McAfee. He was like, man, I can't remember what fight it was. We watched it. He's like, I almost had him knocked out with the left, but I already had all the shirts made for another right from Sugar Shane. He's like, so I had to back out and knock him the fuck out with the right. I thought that was fucking awesome.
So
yeah, no, I love
what a way to kick off the card. I mean, Sugar Sean O'Malley kicks off UFC 264. So that's going to be interesting. Let's talk about the heavyweights. We got the former cowboy Greg Hardy versus how do you say his name, Chris?
Tai Tuivasa.
All right, tell us about here. I think I love Greg Hardy in the opening rounds, but I think he gets knocked out here. What do you think?
So you got one of two things happen. Either Greg Hardy claims another victim in a brutal knockout, or Tai Tuivasa is going to be doing a shoey by the end of the night. That dude is a bang. He's a banger, and he should be a top level heavyweight. But the dude keeps collapsing in the biggest moments. So this is really his last chance at the top of a card, which he's got a great opponent to do so. Greg Hardy's going to stand there and bang with him, and I think we're going to get to see some fireworks there as well.
Yeah,
Hardy's either going to knock you out or he's going to lose.
No shot that one goes to decision.
Zero chance.
No decision.
What's your prediction on that one, Austin?
Man, I was very interested to see what Greg Hardy had to say today. I believe it might have been yesterday about Derek Lewis. So
he don't want those problems yet.
Yeah, he's not ready for those. He admitted it. He said that I'm not ready for that. But I'd love to see the dude, string some wins together too. It's just flip a coin, man. I would lean. I think we're going to see an early knockout. I think Greg Hardy's going to get another one.
Okay, Chris, you got
getting some
Jake,
love in the comments. Yeah,
Jake says you sound like an ESPN analysis, Chris.
Yeah, man, this is the thing that I follow the heaviest. I'm just.
Yeah, I actually value Chris's opinion when it comes to UFC, so I was glad he was able to get on. Yeah. I value Austin's as well. So like I said, I'm glad to have them both on. So let's go to the fight that I think steals the card. Austin thinks this. We've been thinking this. We've been pumped for this. Wonder Boy, Stephen Thompson versus Gilbert Burns. This right here is going to be fireworks. Go ahead, Austin.
So many storylines to follow here. Stephen Thompson's last fight was one of the best performances that I personally think that we've seen out of him. Gilbert Burns coming off of the Kamaru Usman ordeal. How's he going to rebound? This is going to say a lot about who he is and how good he really is. The moment that they announced this fight, Chad, you and I both, this is going to be fight of the night, no doubt.
Yeah.
You guys have been saying that for a while now. I think Gilbert Burns is going to knock him slick the fuck out.
So, yeah, I mean, my biggest concern here is where is Burns? We've seen him, fight very well, but then he went up against Usman and he actually rocked Usman for a minute, and then Usman just done what he did, and I don't know which way I'm going with this. I don't know who I want to pick. I mean, I'm leaning towards Wonder Boy, but it would not shock me if Burns closed the deal early. Chris, what do you think? How do you see that
fight? He knocked him out early, like Drew just said. I would not be surprised.
So the way I look at this is stylistically, you got Gilbert Burns, who's kind of like a one-stop shop. He can do everything. He trained with Kamaru Usman. The guy's got skills everywhere. But anytime a karate guy steps in the octagon, you're going to see something crazy happen. You really don't know what to expect. It's not like he's fighting, a guy who's going to go in there and just straight wrestle him. So his style is just such a weird, unique thing that you really can't predict what's going to happen. I mean, he could get brutally knocked out. He could throw a spinning kick and put the dude on his back. So, I like the fight a lot stylistically, and I think Gilbert Burns has a lot to prove after that last performance, and Stephen Thompson's got a wave he's riding now. So,
Austin's child did not agree.
You guys are definitely right. There's a lot.
So who'd you pick? Who's your prediction here? Give me your guys' prediction.
For that fight, I personally, my mind says to go with Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
I got Gilbert Burns.
I love Wonder Boy. I love Wonder Boy, but I think we're going to see quite the bounce back from Gilbert Burns. I think he's going to stop him within 2 rounds.
That'll be interesting because then you wonder where that puts Burns in that division, because I mean, he's only going to get better.
It puts him in purgatory because he
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's get to
Burns.
Go ahead.
For Burns, best case scenario is that Colby snatches that title from Kamaru Usman, and then Burns can run it with Colby, which I'm here for that too. But it's just going to depend on how it all plays out.
Yeah. So let's talk about why we're all gathering at Austin's mom house. She has a bar downstairs. Why we're gathering for this card. The notorious Conor McGregor gets back into the octagon with a guy that just knocked him out a few months ago, and Dustin Porier. And as we said leading up to this, the old Conor McGregor's back.
Dude,
the shit talking. We all watched the interview today, all 4 of us. And I don't know if you guys did or not, but I ended up watching the interview with Stephen A. And Conor just back to his old ways, back to his old self, no respect. And that's the way I like Conor McGregor, because I think part of Conor's style is getting into his opponent's head. And just like Dustin Poirier admitted in the first fight, he's like, he was into my head. He was into my head bad. So what do you guys think? Let's start with Austin here. What do you think about this main event?
So for one, I'm pumped. I think we were all a little surprised, a little disappointed with how January played out. But Mystic Mac is back, man. I think 3 things. I think the way Conor is behaving is going to be a huge factor. I think he is going to, get in the head a little bit. But number 2, and probably the biggest thing for me, is the crowd. And I don't think a whole lot of people are talking about it, but there was a few people in Abu Dhabi for that last one, but it's not 50,000 people chanting Conor and booing you. That's going to have an effect.
And Conor came out. Go ahead, man. You're good. Finish your thought.
I was going to say, last thing, if Conor brings back his unorthodox, I want to see more of that karate stance, not so reliant on that lead leg, so that Poirier can chop it down. It's a lot harder to land those leg kicks, calf kicks, when you have your legs back in that karate stance. So I expect some fireworks. Conor's super smart, man. He's got one of the highest fight IQs that we've ever seen. So I think that you will see some major adjustments for this trilogy fight.
In watching that interview with Helwani today, man, Conor's like, I'm full savage mode. He's like, I'm not around my wife. I'm not around my kids. I'm not around my family. He's like, I'm a bad dude without the family. And he's like, it's hard to prepare to kill a man and then go home and snuggle the baby and feed him a bottle. She's like, so I got to lock in, and I'm in savage mode. And he seems like he really is. No more Mr. Nice Guy.
For someone to say like, I've totally taken my wife and I've taken my kids, I've pushed them to the side. It's hard telling how much he's even seen them, because he says he's ready to kill a man. He said he's going to bury a carcass.
He's like, fuck you.
So this is just crazy. I can't wait to watch Conor. So Austin says, so what's your prediction? What round? How's it end? How do you see this going?
Like I said, I expect major adjustments. I expect Dustin's going to try to come out and I think shoot just to try to play, some mind games back with Conor. But I don't see it working. I say Conor finishes him within the first 2 minutes of the fight.
Oh,
the first 2 minutes of the fight?
Bold.
Oh, shit.
That'd be a lot like the first fight.
First 2 minutes of the fight.
Yeah. Chris.
Watch and see. It's going to be a body bag.
Yeah, all right. Woo! Chris, tell us what's up with this fight, and then give us your prediction.
Okay, let's start by saying that Conor McGregor has proven, I think this officially proves that he is the best salesman of any individual fighter. He's the best salesman of himself in history. I think that we just watched this dude get knocked out in January. And he's been able to convince us all that this fight is going to be astronomically different just based on his words. So we have not seen him train. We don't know what he's prepared for. We don't know what other than what he said he's done. I think that like Austin said, he knows he was preparing for something else. He was getting ready for a UFC fight while also preparing to fight a professional boxer. So I think that he was trying to carry both those camps at the same time, and I don't think that he really kind of accounted for the fact that a leg kick would be that damaging. So I think that it's simple. He goes back to some of his old styles. He switches it up when times are, when it's needed. And I think that he will make those adjustments. And like he said, he's going to make him feel lightning. He's going to make him feel every ounce of that power. And I think I'm going to agree with Austin. I think this fight ends in 2 minutes.
2 minutes into the first round. Okay.
Jake says Connor said first one to shoot for a takedown is a bitch.
He said he's a dusty bitch too.
All right, so here we go again. I'm in this predicament here before you give yours real quick. I want Conor McGregor to win this. The UFC needs Conor McGregor. The fact that if he wins this, Conor McGregor can fight for the lightweight championship of the world is great. It's great for the sport. The UFC needs Conor McGregor. He's their most popular fighter. But this isn't something you can rig. These guys are getting in here with 4-ounce gloves and they're banging. And when I look and I see this fight for everything that it is, you're right. If this fight ends in 2 minutes, if you guys are right, if this fight ends in 2 minutes, Conor McGregor wins this by knockout. This fight is lasting more than 2 minutes. Dustin Porier is one of the most legit fighters in the UFC, in my opinion. Now, I know Conor's knocked him out. That was a long, long time ago. I know guys like Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje who has hit Dustin Poirier with everything that they've had. I mean, if you want to look at those two fights, Dustin Poirier landed and got landed on in those fights. I know that they don't have power like Conor McGregor. I understand that. But just an overall fighter, if this fight gets out of the first round, and I've told you guys this, Dustin Poirier is going to win this fight. When you look at all the fights outside of the one with Nate that went 5 rounds, typically, Conor's not going to be very good when it comes to a longer fight. And you have a guy like Dustin Poirier who's just can swing with everything he has for 5 rounds. He's the better grappler. He's the better wrestler. Is he the better striker after the first round? I don't think so. I don't want to go that far and say that. But we watched Nate Diaz, who, in my opinion, isn't as good as he's underrated in his boxing, but he's not as good as Poirier. We watched Nate Diaz outbox Conor in the later rounds. So I lean towards the better fighter overall here. I think Poirier gets it done. I think he wins TKO in the second round again.
In the second.
And I don't want him to win.
That's what you think is going to happen?
What do you think here?
I think a lot of Conor's other aspects are a little underrated. I think that he really say what you want, but the dude was balls deep in proper 12 the whole fight camp leading up to the Khabib fight, and he's still, for 3.5 rounds, he kept him off of him. So
ever. So the grappling doesn't bother me at all in this fight.
You don't think that Dustin's going to come in and try a few takedowns like he did the first 20 seconds of the last fight?
He can't Conor out like Khabib.
He can try.
He sure can try, but
he's not.
The point of the takedowns is just to wear him down.
Yeah, I mean,
and to get him to lose energy so he's not strong in his boxing.
I think the big thing with that particular logic is that Dustin Poirier doesn't rely on that like somebody like obviously Khabib did. He can do it, and he's not terrible at it by any means. He's very good at it, but it's not something that is going to be. I don't think it's going to be a massive fight. There's too much riding in this fight for that to be the case.
Look what Jake said here. Go to the bottom one.
I need to see the stamina. I need to see the gas tank because the Floyd fight seemed to be lacking. Then he says, Dustin can. He almost choked out Khabib when they fought. That's a good point.
That's a good point. He did. He almost choked out Khabib.
That choke out was.
But I just don't. I think just like we can undervalue other things Conor does, Dustin is just a good all-around fighter. I mean,
well, that's the thing is in my opinion, he's got hands and he's got some power, but he's just okay at everything. There's nothing.
top of class in any of those things. Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing that blows me away about him. In January, 100% his game plan was far and away superior to what Conor came in with. Conor thought he was going to walk in, drop a left, and walk out just like last time, and it didn't go down that way. So I think Conor's locked in. I expect to see something very different this weekend.
I just want to say I'm the only one that picked Charles Oliveira over Michael Chandler. We're going to see if I'm right again.
You don't know who I'm picking yet.
Well, come on, Drew. Tell us.
Herb Dean.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Who the fuck did you think I was picking, man? Come on. Conor McGregor. He's not banging his wife. He's not seeing his kids. He's putting out fucking fake, like, Instagram DM requests from Porier's wife. He did his little head fucking thing on Twitter. He's back, dude. Conor's knocking him out in the first round. I'm not saying 2 minutes like Austin did. I am just glad to see this Conor back. This is the shit that I like. This is the shit that I like more than anything else. I don't care how technical the guy is. I don't care how much IQ he has. Conor has that too. I just care how good he talks shit. And Conor's back to talking shit. Conor with a knockout in the first. That's my prediction. I don't got much else to say than that. Conor's back to being Conor.
You make a great point, though. Because the last time everyone talked about how complete of a fighter Conor was fighting, Conor became probably his most impressive victory. He became the first ever 2-division champ. So last time he fought a complete fighter like that, he thoroughly dominated. So let's see. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I hope you guys are right. Like I said, the UFC is in a great spot with or without Conor, but with Conor, it's just that much better. Just wanted to talk about another thing. So Stephen A. Smith did an interview, like a 20-minute interview with Conor, and he brought up Diaz. He brought up Nate Diaz, and he said that fight is always there. And he says no matter what, before he retires, that fight will happen. The numbers that fight will do, because Nate has only gotten way much more bigger. I think he's the second most popular fighter in the UFC. So if Conor loses this fight, you guys don't think so, but if Conor does lose this fight, what's next?
It's got to be the trilogy.
That's what's so nerve-wracking about it, I think, is because all of us love the dude. We love watching the dude. Not just us, the entire fan base of the UFC loves the dude. All you really have left is that trilogy, to me. I mean, what else is there?
In my opinion, the reason why isn't because Conor's washed. It's because he's too big of a star to go down the card. You can't have Conor McGregor fighting the ninth ranked down. No one cares about that ninth.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, but with that said, Nate has record isn't that great, and he can still headline a card.
Yeah, but Nate is a star. He's had his star making moment, and I was talking about Austin about.
Plus, Nate won't fight scrubs.
Yeah, like that's it. Like he made his star off of that fight against Conor. Like officially made his star, and that fight has to be the next thing. If he loses, and then that's it. He has to write off, because you can't convince people anymore that he should be back in the title title picture by just talking. He can't do anything.
That's what Jake says. He says Diaz the only fight left if he loses, because he won't get a title shot if he loses. He's saying the same thing in the comments. So
yeah.
People will start to turn on the
UFC. Especially if Porier goes on to lose to Oliveira. If he loses to Porier loses to Charles, then there's definitely no way.
Yeah.
I don't
know. In my opinion, either one of those guys is beating Charles Oliveira. I mean, just because Poirier is just.
You say neither or either?
Either guy is beating Oliveira. Conor beats him. Dustin beats him.
Oliveira couldn't handle it.
I'm inclined to agree. Nah. Chandler almost put the lights out. I don't know how the hell Chandler did not finish that fight, but Conor and Dustin are for sure finishing it right there.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And Conor has to make it kind of personal, I think, because, we'd talked about before. It's like, how motivated are you to get up and get the shit kicked out of you when you're already rich as fuck? Like, when you're hungry and you're grinding and you're trying to make it, you'll take those. But, I think he has to make it personal. He has to be old Conor, because that's the only motivation he's got. He's got Bentleys and shit at the house. It's not like he's fighting for food, like he was when he was coming up. So I think that's a big thing with Conor too. He has to be an asshole, or he just doesn't have the same juice.
And you know what this reminds me a lot of? Not exactly, but it reminds me a lot of Ronda Rousey at the end. She was creating this intentional animosity when there was nothing to be had. Like, what was the point of arguing with Holly Holm? She had nothing on her. There was nothing to be mad about.
She kicked her right in the fucking head.
Well, I mean, before the fight, like some sort of like fake person. So it's like Conor has to do that, but there's a slight difference in the two. But it reminds me of that a little bit. Like, if this is it, this is it. So hopefully not.
Got to find something to tap into. Yeah, I agree with you.
Bring this comment up by Jacob. We're gonna read you guys this because I know we're all on the same page. He says, actually, I'd love to see Chandler and Conor. To be honest, Conor also been talking a lot of shit about Usman. Sure as shit, don't want to see that because Usman would murder him, and I would love. Usman will probably wreck anybody outside of Colby Covington, in my opinion. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, Usman's a bad motherfucker, dude.
Outside of his own division,
I think Usman is wrecking anybody. Pound for pound, not named John Jones. Pound for pound, Kamaru Usman is unmatched outside of John Jones right now.
Yeah, he's it. He's the top of the food chain. Dude's only getting better, and he's already the best.
They better give.
You don't agree with me? Fight. Oh, for sure. That's the only guy who even has a shot against him. You don't agree with me? I think Colby's getting knocked out in the second fight, and I think that Kamaru Usman is already the best welterweight ever.
GSP might have something to say about that.
The OG GSP.
I love GSP, but I think Kamaru Usman puts it to him.
The big thing is the reason why it's so difficult is because a lot of people will say that GSP's competition for the era was way better than Kamaru Usman's has been. I don't agree with that, but that's what people's arguments have been. But I don't think Colby can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, important thing for Saturday. What's the food situation like?
Yeah.
That fucking matters, dude.
Real prediction.
Hey, it's open for discussion. It's open for discussion because it's looking like rain. We maybe ordering out.
Oh shit.
Jake says, hold on. Can we agree that Colby has given Usman the biggest run for his money?
Sure.
Absolutely. That's why he deserves a shot.
That's a top 5 fight ever for me. I think that's one of the
absolutely.
That was a war.
Dude, Colby could have won that going in the 5th. If Colby wins the 5th, he wins the fight. Then that's how the judges 100%. Scored it.
Here's
100%. My thing is Usman and Colby were like this at that time, and all Kamaru Usman has done is get better and better.
And Colby's been on the.
We haven't seen Colby enough. I don't know, but I know I have watched Usman with my eyes get better and better every single time.
The thing with Colby though is just he's nonstop. Forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can he get caught and get knocked out? You think so? I just really like Colby and he's got a chin. I mean, look at his face. I mean, I don't know. I'm pumped. I want to see that fight, but more importantly, I'm ready for in 2 days of what's right in front of us. Conor McGregor's back in the octagon. This card is loaded. Wonder Boy Burns, Sugar Sean O'Malley to kick it off. I cannot wait.
That's a great card.
Cannot wait.
Yes, sir. Well, hey man, we appreciate you boys coming on to talk what you guys talk best. And we will see you Saturday. You guys got anything else you want to say before you get out? Drop your social medias or anything? Get some followers?
Yeah.
Some OnlyFans?
Nah, you got nobody get. Yeah, I'll get the wife's OnlyFans on there.
I'm cutting you out now before I get in trouble with her.
No.
All right, Chris. See you Saturday, man.
There it is.
So that was good shit, man. Those guys know their shit.
Yeah. They like to talk to UFC. We get together with them every UFC card.
At least once a month.
Yeah, I mean, once a month, whether it's my house, Drew's house, Austin's house. This time we're in Austin's mom just bought a house, and they have a fucking bar. I mean, it looks like fucking the Yellow Rose and fucking G&J's in that bitch downstairs. I mean, it's
that whole basement's nicer.
Yeah, it's super
both
dope.
Of those places.
Yeah, and they got they got some TV set up down there, so it's going to be a good old time. I can't wait.
So look, we usually do about an hour. We got a few minutes left here. Let's go off the fucking rails. You want to talk about shit we normally don't talk about? You want to talk about politics?
Politics? We getting into that?
Yeah, look at this, dude. Martin He says, I would like to ask Drew as a potential front runner for an upcoming local election. I'm not the potential front runner. I am the front runner. I'm going to give Miamisburg back to the people. And this is something that you saw. I posted about. You were tweeting about. What are your thoughts on the door-to-door vaccination efforts if they come to the city of Miamisburg, and what actions would you take if these occurred? Dude, if somebody knocks on my door,
I'm glad we have a Ring camera
asking me to take the COVID-19 vaccination,
yeah.
we'll probably get our whole YouTube shut down for this. Austin, damn, I should have stayed. You can jump back in, dude. You want to talk about this shit? You can jump back in. This is just a comment from a buddy that came in as we were talking UFC, and I didn't want to get too off track. So, dude, what the fuck is happening in America right now? Let's talk. Let's get fucking.
No, listen. I don't want to go too deep into it, but here's what happens. This is your warning. If you knock on my door and try to sell me or any of my family members on a vaccine, what people want to do is fine, but when it comes to my family, they're mine. I'm going to tell you to hold on, or I'm going to tell you to come in. I'm going to go in my bedroom. I'm going to put on one of my wife's G-strings. I'm going to come out there in only a G-string, my big, fat, chubby self. And I'm going to get the water hose. You're going to get sprayed. And I'm going to catch it all on camera, because if you come inside, I'm just going to throw cold water on you or something like that.
Hey, they come inside. You can do a lot worse than that.
Yeah. No, it's... Don't come to my door trying to sell me on no fucking vaccine. Don't
put his wife's underwear through that.
Yeah. She don't want that.
I thought about making a TikTok, all right, but I think I have an idea. I think they come knock on my door. I look out. I look at the Ring camera. I think it's them. I'm gonna roll my boxers up like a G-string. I'm gonna spread fucking peanut butter all over myself, and I'm just gonna walk out with my guns clipped to my rolled up underwear. Maybe both pistols that I have, maybe just one, I don't know. And I'm just going to be rubbing it on my nipples and stuff. And I'm just be like, I'm not getting that fucking shot, but could you get my back? And I'm going to get some good viral shit going
Drew,
on.
Right now we got two hearts. If you guys give us 2 more hearts, Drew's going to make a TikTok of doing that.
Look, I will do this. Look, if we get 2 more hearts and 2 people to share this live video on their Facebook feed, I will make the TikTok of peanut butter all over myself. People might unfollow us because they don't want to see that, but I will.
There's one heart.
Victoria says she's back breaking my heart. You created a child.
No, she said I'm taking back my heart. Oh, I don't want to see that.
Hey, you made a child.
There's 4. Body. There it is. There's the TikTok. You guys ready for this? Drew has to drop the TikTok.
I need proof of the shares. Tag me in a comment so I can see that you shared it. And I will make the TikTok tonight. We got so much peanut butter upstairs. We're doing this right in my basement.
Are you going to use like the crunchy kind? Like the one that's going to get stuck in your chest hair and shit?
Creamy Jif, dude. That's all I got. I'm fucking doing it. All right. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen. And that's just how things are going. Where are these comments? Austin, your wife is going to kill you, according to Drew, for saying she got an OnlyFans. I'm scared of Morgan. Austin says she was right there. Jake shared
she really has an OnlyFans. I'm just playing. She don't really have OnlyFans.
Jake says, Martin says, do you think unvaccinated people should be banned from certain national chain? Will be banned from certain national chains soon? If so, which businesses? I don't think hope not.
I don't think it happens.
I sincerely hope not. I don't think that the chains have that big of balls, because there will be lawsuits out the ass and they will lose them if they get a halfway decent judge. So I don't think that will happen. But like I've always said from the beginning, if I can't go to a Bengals game because I didn't get the jab, then I guess I just can't go.
And on to that point, the reason why I don't think it happens is the statistics came out for the Vax-A-Million, the shit and it didn't raise it didn't raise the numbers at all. I mean, if millions of dollars isn't going to force people to get it, door to door, damn sure isn't. I mean, they're going to probably end up getting somebody hurt doing that dumb shit.
Your fucking heart will explode before you get the fucking check.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. I mean, we might be wearing fucking masks on airplanes, which I just had to do, which is dumb as shit because you're in an airport with thousands and thousands of people. But no, I don't think it happens.
No, I can't see it. I can see it like on airplanes and stuff like that, but I think people know that they'll lose too much money because I think the majority of people are over this shit.
This is where we need Mark. Mark should get his phone.
We would need Mark on here. Absolutely.
That might get bad though. We'd have to censor the shit out of our own show.
Yeah, I'd have to cut it and bleep. All right. So look, Jake said he shared it. I guess I'll have to see one more share on there, but I will post it and we're just going to have to.
I cannot wait to see that. So this one time, So this one time I don't know what it was. We made a bet, and I think it was a jersey bet. And I told Drew, I convinced him that I really didn't want him in to do a jersey bet. Like, dude, you should not get your picture taken in a Browns jersey. So I actually got Drew to get on Instagram or Facebook Live and do 10 burpees, and it was fucking hilarious. It was way better than a jersey picture because I already had one from last year, and he kind of fell for it. So I can't wait to see this TikTok. This shit's gonna go. This is gonna go viral.
Or get me fired. I don't know. I mean, you can't get fired for being shirtless with peanut butter on it.
Look, Mikey said he shared it too. The TikToks is going, bro.
Mikey commented earlier. He works down at the Cincinnati Red Stadium. He's an usher there. He gets to see all the good views. He did say, "I just came to say go Reds." Dude, baseball fucking sucks.
No. They're playing good. They're playing good.
Baseball sucks.
They're what is it? Are they 5 or 6 games back? I know they're 4 out of the wild card. What are they? I know they've won 5 out of their last 6. They got a big series coming up with the Milwaukee Brewers, a 4-game series. Hopefully they can take at least 3 of those and catch a game up on Milwaukee. The last thing you don't want to do is you don't want to get swept. The least thing you want to do is go 2-2. That way it's kind of a flush. The Reds have been dominating the NL Central.
6 games.
I really, when we didn't have anything and baseball was the only thing, I got into it a little bit. Mikey, I don't know if you heard, but the reason we're not big fans of it is just because of the small market teams that constantly have to rebuild. When you have teams like the Mets and the Yankees and the Dodgers that can just go out and literally buy their team, because him and I also agree in the sense that watching a college baseball game or watching kids play baseball,
Little League World Series, dude,
I could sit there and watch it all day. But I just feel like, without a salary cap and all that, they're already putting teams at an unfair advantage, the small market teams, and I'm not a big fan of that.
And the Yankees got a $200 million payroll, and they fucking suck.
Right.
They're like the worst base running team in baseball and stuff. I saw that on Pat McAfee when Jeff Passan was on there. But I just can't get into it. I will like to go to a game. Hell, I might go to a game this year. I think they're fun to go to. I just can't get into it enough to knowledgeably talk about it on here. Yeah.
Oh, Jake says they got the Brewers 7. Yeah. So, I mean, you want to win at least 4 of them. They got the Brewers 7 straight games. You want to get 4 out of 3. You don't want to go a game down to them. I mean, if you can sweep them, that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's huge. I'm glad you guys brought up a little bit of baseball because I have been keeping in touch. I just tell you why I don't like it.
I see a lot on Twitter, and it seems like the same problem with the Reds this year that we hear most years. They just don't have bullpen help, right? The bullpen always fucks it up.
Well, I'm a Reds fan. I'm Cleveland and everything else, but I'm a Reds fan. I like the Indians too. But the thing with the Reds is it's kind of like the Bengals, kind of like the Browns used to be, kind of like all the teams we like. It's like, all right, when's the collapse coming? All right, when's it going to go bad? Like, what the fuck's going to happen? You're in it at the All-Star break. You got all these games left. Like, what's about to happen?
And Jake says the Tampa Bay Rays made the World Series last year, and they pay no, and their cap is like $40 million. That does happen, and it's great to see those teams do it. That's
it's rare awesome. Though. It's just so rare.
But they didn't win it, right? I don't fucking know. Did they win it? I don't know. And Mikey asked, "What do we think about the Trevor Bauer story?"
What happened?
There's a sexual assault case going on out there. I'm a little standoffish on these just because it's a very touchy subject. So as I would say is what I would always say is if he did do what they're alleging he did, which was sexually assault a woman, then I hope he gets what's coming to him.
Yeah.
But if he did not do this and it is proven to be fake, I hope that is spoken about just as loudly.
Yeah. It's because you can never trust these stories.
I feel bad, but I side with the athlete, except for Ben Roethlisberger. He fucking did all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I've seen too much. I saw Jordan Lewis when he was coming out of Michigan. I saw Zeke when he was in the league, and that turned out to be false. I saw
Jake says he's got text saying that she asked for it.
Yeah, so, there was allegedly text saying that she.
So what's wrong? She asked for dick. He gave her dick. No,
she allegedly the text say that she asked him to give it to her rough. Like she wanted that. Like I don't know the exact quotes, but I was reading about it or watching something on it or something. She said, like beat me up a little bit. And so, I mean, if that's what happened and she asked for it and he did it, and that's what you're into, that's cool, not my business. But, if something wrong happened, hopefully that that is all brought to light, and the truth is made public no matter which direction it's in. He said, if Ben didn't do it, then why would he pay that bitch a cent, period? Well, there's this and that and the other, but I also know that the police just couldn't find charges on Ben, and they probably got like a Bentley Cruiser the next day or some shit. Mikey says, sounded consensual to me, but apparently there's more to the story. Dodgers removed his bobblehead day and merch from their stores.
Oh, look at this. Look what Pat said here.
The Undefeated put out an article that he knocked her unconscious. I doubt she asked for that.
So it said that Bauer did?
Said that Bauer knocked the girl unconscious.
So here's my question, and I don't want this to sound funny. So she wants it rough. He fucking donkey punches her and knocks her out. Is that rough, or is that...
YouTube shutting us legal? The fuck down, dude. Zuckerberg's watching this shit right now.
Is that legal or illegal?
I don't know. I mean, it's gonna. If he did that, it's gonna be hard for him to. Unless she has a text, it's like knock me the fuck out. I don't think he's gonna get off with that. I don't know. Mikey said, I doubt she asked for that. Donkey punches her. I don't know, man. Those are touchy. That's a weird story. Yeah, those are so touchy. The same thing with Deshaun Watson. It's touchy. If Trevor Bauer did things that were wrong to this woman, then he should take whatever penalties that come with that to the highest regard. If she's a fucking liar, then she should be known as a liar, and she should face some sort of punishment for that. Pat Miller says Bauer knocked her unconscious. She woke up, and he was doing things that she did not consent to. Now, if that's the case, then he's dead ass wrong, and he should go to jail. If that's, if that part of the story comes out to be true and it is proven as accurate, then she should absolutely, press charges, and he should absolutely face the consequences of them. He says, this sucks. Trevor Bauer's been my dude since he played for Cleveland. This blows. I like Trevor Bauer too. I thought he was entertaining as fuck.
Last year he was really good for the Reds.
Yeah, he's very good for the Reds. But at the end of the day, if he's knocking women unconscious and doing things to their bodies, then he should pay the ultimate price.
I mean, unless he's got some kind of text like she wanted that. I mean, because when you start, you never know what people's into. But
there's a difference between somebody saying like, hey, do it to me rough, but then like knocking her the fuck out, and then she wakes up and you're doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean
that's bad news, man.
Yeah, that's all bad.
Yeah, so
we got one more like here, so you're gonna have to do like peanut butter and jelly because we got an extra one.
I don't have enough jelly for that, dude. We eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly around here. And Jake's right, yeah. Then he's a piece of shit. He should go to jail. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mikey says Bauer's one of those dudes you like when they play for your team, kind of like Perfect. Yeah. I can see that too. But I mean, this situation, whether he's a red or not, he needs to go to fucking jail if the accusations against him are correct. And
I mean, all Perfect shit's on the field. That's why
Perfect didn't do anything off the field really. But if that's the case, he should face the strictest punishment possible.
Got another like, so it looks like it's peanut butter, jelly, and a banana.
Where's the banana gonna go?
Yeah, you tell us. You're the one making the TikTok.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh man, am I gonna have to? Like my vision for that was like I open the door. Am I gonna open my front door to the whole neighborhood out there? Maybe I'll do the back door.
I bet your neighbor would really appreciate it.
Oh God. Oh, this is getting bad. This is the most.
Drew gets himself into shit that he's got to think later on, like, why the hell did I do that?
All the time, constantly. So I am at the point where I have to make a TikTok of myself with my underwear rolled up. Spoiler alert, I typically don't even wear underwear. I got to find some. Victoria says tag Bud Brewer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jake says use that banana anywhere but your mouth. You're getting banned on TikTok. That's true. UFC
he's right.
264 presser in 30 minutes. Let's get the fuck out of here.
There you go, Austin. Thank you for reminding me, man. So UFC 264, if you guys want to watch McGregor and Porier go at it a little early and talk some shit, that's in 30 minutes. I think they'll stream that on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. I watch all of them. Those are going to be fun.
We're answering that question right now,
YouTube and Facebook. Usually it's a live stream, Jake. So what's this say here? What's Chad? How many games do you think the Bengals will win?
Where am I missing?
Patrick. I think. I've said like 5 to 9.
Anywhere from 5 to 9.
It's because they have to win the games early, and they're a young team. Because the schedule's a lot easier, and the back end of that schedule is so tough.
Yeah, there's like a 5-game stretch there toward the end that's fucking brutal.
Yeah, so if they can do what they should do at the beginning, beat your Jacksonvilles and
I'm going to that, by the way.
Yeah, and beat the Bears and teams like that. I could see you guys more towards 9. I think they're getting better. I still think the offensive line is an issue. And I feel like the defense can still get a little better. Unsure about the linebacker position there. Is the defensive line much better?
That's the key. Is the D-line.
Because you got to be able to stop the run. So anywhere from 5 to 9.
I said 10 and 7. I think is what I said recently. So I'm gonna stick with that. But hey, man, I'm going to the Thursday night of the.
That's gonna be a good one.
The Ring of Honor game. Yeah, I'm gonna go to that. Jake said, "Are you sitting with me, Drew? Or did you get tickets elsewhere?" I actually haven't bought my tickets yet, but I found some pretty cheap, good seats that are not in your section.
Austin says the presser is also on Twitch, so if you guys want to watch it there.
So we're going to get out of here so Chad can get home and turn that on. I'm going to watch it as well. Let us know your thoughts on that. Comment on this video, and I guess I'm going to start making this fucking TikTok that a lot of people are going to be upset about.
You're into the McGregor and the Diaz fights. You got to watch this presser.
Yeah,
we'll all
absolutely.
talk about it afterwards.
I'll watch it while I spread the peanut butter.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. We got an off week next week. He's got to work late all week next week. We've got an off week. We will be back in the week after. We're going to start previewing the divisions of the NFL and what we expect for them week by week leading up to the season. It's going to line up correctly, so we will be back with that. Thanks for tuning in. Locker Room Talk.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time.
And banana.
Thanks for everybody that said good shit. Good job. Appreciate it. Share this, man. Tell your friends about it. Like us on the podcast platforms. Give us the subscriptions, all that stuff.
Join sometimes. Come here like Austin and Chris did. And let's talk some sports.
I send you a link. You got a phone, a computer. It brings you right in. Locker Room Talk Uncut. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for tuning in.